So, one interesting road that has led up to this match. Krom the Machine versus the super athlete Carter Young has been a match that had been alluded to for nearly 2 years up to this point, dating back to when Krom became #1 contender at one night only. However, that same night, with the help from the man known as Leon Motoda, I lost the NGW World Championship to a cash-in at the end of the night. And at Midnight Massacre, 1 year later, Krom defeated Justin to become the new NGW World Champion, and has held it since then. And over time, the thought of Krom versus Carter Young was slowly fading away. That is until Battle in London. I guess Krom was thinking what I was thinking, in that where would be the time for us to go one-on-one be right? And so, here we are, just a little ways out from Cyber Corruption, I believe now a week away, and the match is nearly official. It'll be Krom versus myself for the NGW World Championship. However, there's one tiny underlining detail that the Machine decided to program in himself, and that's if I lose, I can never compete for the NGW World Championship ever again. The gold that he wears around his waist with the company logo that I had built, embellished on the center of the front plate, the championship I introduced into this industry, the championship I first won in my journey, carrying it for nearly a year, the most prized possession in the company that I built, that's become one of the hottest and fastest rising companies today. Krom wants to take that piece of history away from me, never to be seen again. Krom, you dangle this over my head laughing, as well as going on the record saying my arm is grass and you're going to mow it down, threatening my career with this match, thinking you already have beat me before I even step in this ring. Well, let me tell you something, champ. I'm not scared of any man, let alone a lunk of scraps you call yourself a machine. I've already signed this contract. In fact, I signed it right when it came fresh off the printer. So with that being said, Mr. Machine, stumble your way down that ramp and into this ring to sign this damn thing, so it can be official that I can whoop your ass at Cyber Corruption.
Carter Young, I'm the NGW World Champion. I hold the keys to your kingdom that you created. There's nothing you can do about it, Carter Young. You have just one shot, and that's it. How do you feel about that? The pressure has to be astounding on you. It has to be astounding on your shoulder that's been turned to grass over the past few months. And Carter, you better damn believe I'm gonna tear that motherfucker right off. And you're never gonna use it in your career again. You will never be the same after you go against me. one and done, Carter Young. It will not be a rematch. When I win, NGW is fully in my control. When I win, you might not ever wrestle again. When I win, I will be the greatest world champion in the history of wrestling. I'm gonna take that shoulder like it's some grass and I'm gonna mow it down because that's your weak point. I see it, everybody sees it, nobody capitalizes on it, but you better damn believe that I'm gonna capitalize on it, Carter Young. I'm gonna make you sit your $5 ass down and I'm gonna turn you into some change.
You know, Krom, I'm really trying to take you seriously here. And I just can't do it. To stand across this table from me and run the same shtick that you've been spewing over the past few months, do you really think you're the only one that notices the injuries I've sustained? Because I think X noticed it. Travis did it undisputed, as well as Phoenix at Battle in London, and hell, even Marty just last week. I've made it quite clear the past 5 months that I'm aware of the state of my body is in right now and the possible repercussions that might be obtained if I were to keep going through with this. But guess what? It's been 5 months that people have threatened to finish off my injury and none of them have been able to get the job done. And after all the pain and agony I've been through these past few months and the past few matches, I'm still standing. And the last thing I'm gonna do is have a machine be the one to put me on the shelf. And speaking of you, Krom, let's talk about the reason we're here. Once again, what you're dangling over my head. The NGW World Championship. Yes, you indeed hold the keys to the kingdom. You hold all the power with that championship in your hands when it comes to who's at the top of the mountain. And then you say that you're going to be the greatest world champion this industry's ever seen. If you really think you're going to get to that level of greatness yet, then the machine has got himself a malfunction. When it comes to being a world champion, you got to be a leader. A leader that can help elevate and guide the talent in that locker room to the promised lands to be this next generation stars of this industry. And Krom, you've done none of that. Instead, you've shunted people down, knocked people away, and let them tumble into obscurity. Instead of being a leader and a good example of what it's like to hold the torch for next generation wrestling, you've become nothing more than an ego-driven, maniacal tyrant. And you stand there and spew bullshit in my face after everything me and NGW has done for you and your career. You've disappointed and disrespected the locker room, the fans in the arena, the people at home, and you've spit in the hand that fed you this opportunity. At Cyber Corruption, I will yank the keys to the kingdom back out of your hands, and I will hit the kill switch on the monster that I created, and prove to the world that you are no unstoppable force, that you are not a machine, but you are a man that will bleed into this canvas as I ignite the heart and soul back into professional wrestling and become once again NGW World Champion!